Okay, well, welcome back to part two of the frames. In this video, we'll go ahead and discuss each item, look at it a little more closely, and then we'll assemble it and look at how to tension it, etc. So prior to that, I just want to put up a couple of photographs that show the range, or just some of the range actually, of the various lengths of scroll rods and vertical bars that you can get, and obviously you can mix and match them quite a lot. So I'll go ahead and I'll put those up now. Okay, so on the table in front of me, we have the bottom scroll bar, the two vertical bars or uprights, and then we have the top scroll bar. We also have two dowels for inserting into the rod, into your scroll rod to hold the fabric. We have two locking pins and a locking tool, which is very similar to the one that comes with the Gus stands, but this one is slightly bigger. So here we have the bottom bar. As you can see, as we discussed earlier, it is octagonal, but all of the corners are rounded and smooth. We have a recess on each end of the bar, which is where the vertical member sits. So that is that. We have the two vertical bars. On one side, they have my inscription, which I'm saying is the outside, if you will. And then on the inside is just plain. So these slip into there, like this. And then the top bar, it just sits into there and can rotate. Okay. So something to note is that with the vertical bars, we have a set of holes on each side of this recess, and that is where, when it's put together, this round piece will line up with these holes. Now just bear in mind, sorry, best way to do this is the spacing of the holes here in this rounded bar are even and equal, and in here they've been squished up a little bit. So none of these line up exactly. If the middle one is lined up in the middle, this one doesn't line up with the next one up. It's half a hole out almost. So what that does is when you put it together and you come to tension it, you try and aim for one hole. If that one isn't enough, you might try the next hole, and it might go in. If not, you just wiggle it a little bit and it will go in. But we'll discuss that as we go. But just so you know, these are a slightly different spacing to these. All right, and then we have two pins which go through here and into this upright, and that's what locks it. And the tool which then goes into these holes and allows you to move it or to tighten everything. Okay. And then the two dowels, which are similar to what you normally have with your Almanac and Millennial. All right. So what I'll do now is I'll get the fabric, and then we can start to assemble this. Okay, here we are back with the fabric ready to go in. Sorry, this one's a little dirty. It's just it's been in the shed for a while. So this frame is actually the 40 centimeter, and the upright is actually the 150, or the 15, sorry. So it's 150 mil there to there, and 400 there to there. So we'll go ahead and stick this in the bottom bar first, same as with your other frames, just with, say, a credit card or something. Push that in, take one of the dowel rods, insert that in there, and then we just want to try and make sure that this is square. Okay. Now, excuse me, the more time you can spend and the more attention you can give to getting this where it's going to be square, it's going to help things later, because you don't have the adjustment on your excuse me, on your sidebars. It's only at the top, so it will be useful for then. So we'll say that that one is fine, and then here do the same thing. Get this one here and try and get it started. Okay. Again, put the dowel pin in. Like so. And again, we just need to try and make sure that this is as square as we can get it. Like so. And then we'll take up some like this, and because on here this is a shorter distance than this one, generally if you take that and put it there, and again with a gus on the outside and you put it there, you can then take this one, start to roll your material and drop your bar in there. Okay, and then you can actually just start to tension this like this, put your tool in, and then acting against your upright here, like a pair of shears or something, you can just do this. You might have to move your tool until you feel that's tight enough, and then take one of your pins, try and aim to get it in the middle of these 5 holes in the upright, and there we go. So that is actually in number 2. So it wouldn't quite go in the middle, so I just moved it up 1 hole, and then changed the tension again just by squeezing and releasing a little bit until that pin popped in and it's gone into number 2. So to make sure everything is square, if we just turn the frame this way, transfer the tool to this side, take your second pin, and again try to get the pin into the second hole, just like that, and it's just clicked in. So that now is, this pin is in the second hole from the top, the same with this one. So that means the frame should lie flat, which it does. If it doesn't, it probably means that we needed to get this a little more square and parallel, but as you can see, it's lying flat, and the tension is very good. Okay, and that's it. So one of the things that the testing showed was the tension is good, but apparently there are some works where you may want to start in the upper left hand corner, in which case if you put your material in here and then tightened it, your start point might get lost and rolled over the top. So one suggestion was that we could load it upside down. So you just put your start point here, tighten everything up, and then when you tighten this up, your start point stays where you put it, and then you can just use the frame on your stand upside down. Although there is no rail, the frame doesn't care which way up or down it is, so you can use it like that. And then the nice thing with this is you can roll your work forward or back by quarter of a turn, and unlike with the other ones you have to do a half a turn or 180 degrees. This one you just do 90 degrees. So the incrementation that you can use to advance or move your work is finer. And as we said earlier, when it's that way, it can stand up. So if you've got a couple of them on the go, you can stand it up to store it. And if you wanted to have, say, several whips, you could have several sets of bars, but only one set of uprights, and therefore save you some money. Anyway, I hope you like it. As I say, I don't know how popular it will be, if at all, but at least it's a niche that I scratched. I was able to get the idea out of my head and make it into reality and offer it up to you guys, so you got another choice amongst the many choices you already have. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Bye.